All right, we're recording. Hey everybody, it's Joe. Wanted to give an update on the project we're doing with Logic. We've been making this song that he came up with, Do What You Love. If you haven't been following along, he started it with just a skeleton beat. He dropped one verse on it. He challenged everybody to play on top of it. Tons of instrumental contributions came in. He and I went into the studio, what was that, 2 weeks ago, I guess? And I watched while he took all these different instrumental contributions and pieced it into something completely unexpected. And then he put out a new challenge for people to sing and rap and do their vocals on top. And just yesterday, we went into the studio. We presented him with 21 vocal contributions that myself and Greg and Jeff Peff had selected that we think, that we thought that Logic should hear. He listened to them all, and he really liked them all. But the hard part, of course, is, and it was hard for him, and I was sitting next to him while he did it, was picking that some were going to go in and some weren't going to go into this song. And I've seen on the site that some of you guys, it's painful, and I know how that feels. I know exactly how it feels because I've gone through that exact experience before myself many, many times. I grew up going on auditions, many, many auditions per week, and just not getting the part over and over and over again. And then as I was lucky enough to sort of get some parts, I kept going on auditions, and I would sometimes audition for people who I really, really looked up to, and then I would not get the part. And that's happened to me more times than I can really remember. And it never gets easy. You know what? I was gonna say it never gets easier. It does. I would be lying if I said it does. It's not easier now than it was 15 years ago when I was in my 20s. It was probably more painful than it is now, and that's just, I think, a matter of repetition. When you've done it over and over again, and you've experienced a certain kind of pain over and over again, you get used to that pain, but it doesn't mean that it's not pain. It's real pain, and look, I could tell, I saw, some people were writing comments, some people were making videos expressing that pain, and I don't think there's anything wrong with expressing that pain. It's real. It's part of being creative in the world. You wanna make something with somebody else, and they have a different idea in their head. That's hard. It's really painful. One thing I've learned is to just know that it's not really your fault. This is something I kind of came to understand more as I would be on the other side of the audition process. When I've directed movies and been in auditions with other actors and watched actor after actor after actor come in and say oh man, all these actors or actresses, they're good. I have to pick one. Why is it that I'm gonna pick one over the other? It's not usually because, one person was bad and one person was good, or one person worked harder or one person didn't. Honestly, I mean, sometimes you can tell some people do work harder than others, and some people, frankly, have more skill than others, but that's not even always why the person gets the part. Sometimes it's just about what's resonating with the director in the case of an actor auditioning. And yesterday, in the case of Logic, listening to all these different vocal contributions, he liked everybody. But, there were some that he was like, this is just fitting what I'm hearing for this song, and there were some that weren't fitting. That doesn't mean that they weren't good. And it doesn't mean that there couldn't be other versions of the song that would be really good with other contributions. And I actually mentioned that to him. I was like, you could make so many different versions of this song. And he was like, I would love to hear that. Remixes. I mean, that's what remix is. And I just wanted to say, I know how that feels, and it's a real feeling. And there's nothing bad about feeling that feeling, and I think it's honestly, as painful as it is, it's sort of talk to any person who's, far along on their creative journey, and they'll talk about those moments in their life where they've felt that same pain. And it's generally part of getting good, which isn't to say that you're not good yet. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of say that I feel for you. And and let's make some other versions of this song, because that's kind of what this whole thing's about. Hit record as well as the song itself. It's called Do What You Love. And, you know, look, the whole thing is that the point of doing this is not to be next to another famous rapper. Like, obviously that's exciting, but the point of doing this is because it feels good to do it. That's why I do Hit Record in the first place. It's where it started. Was, you know, a long time ago, me making little songs and stories and videos and stuff, not because it was gonna like help my career. It still hasn't helped my career. It's not about that. It's something I love doing, and I feel lucky to get to do it. And look, you know, for those of us who are lucky enough to have computers and have access to the internet and have microphones and all these amazing toys that allow us to like make music together, we're the ones on this earth that have it good. And so I feel lucky to just like get to do this with you guys, and I really appreciate you guys doing it. So I hope that the pain can like over time turn into something that's fruitful and leads back into just keeping on doing this thing that we love to do. So that's it. Thanks.